Hey, everybody. So, I'm going to try and explain to you guys my perspective how, with as much, I don't want to come across as like attacking modern Christian. I've done that a little too much in the past, and I'm realizing that that's not helping things. And that's anytime you come across with any type of unnecessary aggression, then that's stemming from a place of more hate than love. So I want to try to address this issue with as much love, goodness, and decency as I can, because that's what's going to help things flow in a good way. And that's really what I'm all about, man. But again, I'm learning here too. So it's like I'm not perfect, and there's things that a lot of things I need to grow in. And this is also something like, Muhammad, Buddha, Jesus, Yahushua, like they're the same people. But anyway, like these prophets and people that we think about and have heard about for since we've been growing up, pretty much, like they're painted a certain way. Um, as history has been, a lot of people, history, they say the victors are the ones who write history, and there's some truth to that. So the same can be said for the stories of Buddha, Yahushua, Muhammad. I mean, I don't know too much about the story of Muhammad, but I'm assuming some of the same things have been done as they've been done to Buddha and Yahushua. And it's that some of their stories and their lives have been shared, but not the entire thing. Like, you look at the Bible, like there's a lot of information in the Bible, but there's really only a little bit of like time is spent on the actual life of Yahushua. Like a very small portion of the Bible is dedicated to his life, even though he was, he lived to be, from the Bible's perspective, what, 33 years or so. Like, we still don't really know all that much about his life. And then the little, like, through the cracks and things, like I've heard, like, there's even stories of like Yahushua having a brother, and like even that Yahushua or Jesus was so angry one day that he killed his brother, then also brought him back the same day. And it's like, if y'all knew Joshua, whom I think is Yahushua, or like he has an anger like no one else. Like, I've heard him say some crazy shit, and I'm not trying to smear him or anything like that. I'm actually just trying to say that he is more, and I am more like you guys than y'all think. And that's part of the enemy's agenda, is to paint these ones, that these ascended masters, as they can be called, as something that are like completely unattainable from the average person. And that is a huge misconception that I want to work to eliminate, because we're all born with the same type of DNA as Yahushua, as Buddha, as these ascended masters. So we all have the same potential as these people. Now, maybe not the same potential, but we can get to some of the same levels as these people. That's why the Yahushua, the good book, is all about us becoming more like Yahushua. We are made in the image of God. We're like our creator. So that means we have similar capabilities as our creator. And as a creator, as a God, as an almighty being, do you really think that almighty being is going to want us to just sit and wait for dad to come and save the day? No. If you're a true adult, if you're not a child anymore, then you take responsibility, you take accountability, and you take action to the things that need action, that need help, that need work, that are in need. What you do unto the least of us, you do unto me, the creator. So how we treat the kids, how we treat those in need, how we treat anything in need is how we treat the creator. Even the evil people, like when we give them back evil, that's not the right thing to do. We're supposed to be loving the ones that have committed evil to help them grow. That's how you pour heaping ashes or coals on their head, is by loving them. That's what's truly going to convict and change a demon, is love. It isn't hate. Hate's only going to fuel that demon. So it's like, I guess this is a again, so yeah, things have been changed, things have been altered to make you guys think that these people, because as when they really do come back and they're already here, this is one of the issues that's going to keep people from wanting to believe and listen to them, is that they're going to judge them. They're going to look at them and be like, well, how come you're not perfect? How come you're not doing all these things? How come you're not floating on water? How come you're not elevating yourself and making water out of wine, or making wine out of water? Like, why aren't you doing all of these miracles right now if you say that you are these things? And it's like, it's a process, it's a timing. These things happen for a reason. Like when he made wine out of water, it was for a specific reason. It wasn't just to do it, just to prove to you guys that he was who he was. No, it was a real situation where that needed to happen to help the situation turn out in a certain way. And that's part of how he's allowed to do that, is the situation, the collective situation in itself has that much power. It helped allow that amount of power to do what he did. So to just ask somebody to do it on spot, on cue, like some type of a paid magician, is the wrong perspective. So, you know, you need to look at what these people are talking about, what they've done with their lives, where they're showing themselves, how they're growing, and the template of the code, and to stop pointing our, just again to the judgment in itself. And I do this too. Now, it's good to call people out. Like, if we're really seeing somebody doing some shit that's completely against like their good growth and the collective good growth, then it's good to say something. But that doesn't mean to blame them and to like curse them and to judge them, to try to help them out, to maybe help them see something that they're not able to see within themselves, but do so from a place of love that has a desire to want to see that thing grow, or that person grow, not to want to kill or destroy or to bring that person down. That's too much of the mindset today, and it's not even like people are doing it without even really realizing it, I think. And I myself do it too, and so I am guilty of this myself. It's something that I want to work toward being better at. And I also know that the more I act like that, the worse I actually feel inside. And that can create a hollow space inside of yourself, which will be a void. And in that void, you're going to constantly be looking for things to fill that void. So you're going to probably more than likely get involved or consumed by one addiction or another. Whether it's a drug addiction or some type of a behavioral addiction, like hating people. Like, people can get obsessed and like trained into just molded into just being a hateful being. They wake up fucking, feeling miserable, so they hate everything. It makes sense. Since you're already in a shitty mood, you're not gonna, be spewing flowers and rainbows out your mouth. No, you're probably getting spewing a lot of shit. So when you see people online, and that's all they got to do, that's all they can do, is criticize and hate. Just know that they're hurt people inside. So, you don't be hurt by them. That's, that is a good thing. And then to also give these people love, because that's what they really need. They're hurt individuals. And hate's not going to help hate at all. Hate's only going to make hate stronger. But love is going to be that force which will, like I said, balance. It's going to help balance it out. It's going to help bring it back to a more homeostasis level, which will help the individual grow in a healthy and happy way. So, all right. I love you guys. Y'all take care. Bye.